Hey guys, good and welcome to the channel again. It's me Anna Appa, your special girls tutor, and you're welcome into today's video. So first of all, to all my amiable subscribers, thank you for the journey so far with me. Thank you for always dropping by the channel. And for you, we just seen my face for the very first time, please just click on the sub because I need you as much as I show up every day. I need you to just subscribe. You just have to click on the sub. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please don't let my thank you be for waste. Just click on the subscribe. It's for free. It doesn't take money. Thank you and thank you. Okay, so let's continue the very crucial topic we're talking about. When should a girl say yes to a guy? So you see from this channel that I have been not just growing but also growing others. And the reason being that it's much more important. The likeness of people's mindset that you have around will determine the frequency of your growth. Yeah. You cannot assume to have gotten all the growth you want before you start growing people. So do not be surprised that I call myself the girls tutor because I'm still growing, and so I don't think it's out of place. So talking about growth, draw people along. There's a saying that we grow as we grow others. We build as we build others. So as I'm growing, I want you to grow. As I develop my mindset, I want your mindset to be developed. So when should a girl actually say, okay, I think I'm ready? Not just saying it, but when should a girl know? Or when should a girl accept that, yeah, I'm ready? Yes, let me trash it on the girls part before talking about the guys. Okay, so I'm not going too far. I'm always using myself. When should a girl, this was a question I was like, because growing up, so I was like, so what should I do now? Should I say yes? Should I say no? What should this was a question I wanted to ask, but I really didn't want to pin it directly because I grew up being very reserved and very shy, and even I think even scared. Yeah, so there wasn't any courage in me to be so chatty enough to ask this kind of questions. Not because the people around me were hostile or something, but I personally couldn't just grow up, couldn't just gather all the effortry to approach people when it has to do with personal relationship stuff like that. Okay, so please do not be bored by this video because I have to be real and I have to pinpoint. I have to make this very deliberate. Let's not go too fast. Let's look at our arts. These are things that girls our age or girls younger would want to trash, but would do they? Okay. Okay, so I grew up and I think I started having those thoughts when I was in, because I went to a single school here when I was in junior secondary. I started junior secondary at the age of 10 and I finished at the age of 13, I guess. Okay, so I went to the boarding house, and that's at 13, and I finished secondary at 16. Okay, so I attended a single school, so I basically was living out of the sketch of the opposite sex. So that wasn't a problem for me, or whether or not someone is by the corner looking at me or stuff. So when I finally got into the higher secondary and I had classmates of the opposite sex, and the school was wider, not just a junior but junior and senior school mixed together. It was a population and all of that, and someone was growing. I mean, I said I entered when I was 10, entered 13, and I'm talking about the phase of 13 to 16. So I was like, wow, because of course there are people you would love naturally. Yeah, naturally, that these affections that will glow in your heart, and they are all natural, God gifted. Yeah, so I was like, okay, and for sure one or two secret admirers or crushes or whatever, but I just wanted to know within me what I was supposed to do with those people around me. In my own case, I was just thinking, if anyone approaches me or stuff or whatever, and I also love the person or kind of like the person, what should I wanted to know, I wanted to checkmate on my, but I wasn't getting the effortry, I wasn't getting the courage, I wasn't just getting the conviction, okay? I just wasn't getting it. And I didn't just want to do everything or anything that anyone was doing, okay? Yeah, because some people are living the kind of life that they're living today because they see their friends, their siblings, they see their neighbors, everyone doing it, so they just feel like they're qualified. But in my own case, I said, no, I don't just want to follow the crowd. I want to follow me because I want to wake up and discover who I am. And not to wake up one day and discover that I've turned into someone else, okay? So I really thought of how to answer that question. So this was it, guys. As a Christian, I started searching my Bible privately. Yes, because there wasn't anyone I could publicly or openly approach. So I started studying my Bible. I remember seeing this place in Songs of Solomon. The passage that said, my dear, do not awaken love until it pleases. Yeah, and I'm talking about still being young as at the age of, okay, let's just say less than 18. So getting to see that part of the Bible that says, do not awaken it until it pleases. So I was like, okay, you've got some butterflies in your tummy and all of that, but this isn't yet the time to let them come out. This isn't the time to let them fly. Okay. And all these scriptures, like I just wanted to be sure I was doing the right thing. And you don't always get the right decisions from outside, you get it from within. As much as we can keep quiet, as much as we can sit back, recite to know what's within us, we get a better opinion for our lives. So in this case, I decided to do an inward session. So I searched the Bible, I literatures too, Christian literatures with Christian admonitions about marriage, about relationship, about just many. I think I read this book, preparing for marriage stuff, to the engagement part. I love love language. I read so many things. Just wanted to be sure. So when we know we are not off the question, we are not off the topic. So when should a girl say yes to a guy? So I discovered if I should, because there are some guys who will not listen to this question, who will not think about this question as to when should a guy actually approach a lady, a girl. They wouldn't think of it. As long as they see you look classy or their spec, they just walk up to you. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting all those "I love you, can you be my?" We wouldn't be getting all of those questions. If also the guys can sit back to think, to meditate on when they should approach a girl for a relationship, we wouldn't be having that. So as a girl that I had to be quiet to know about this. So talking of when a guy should approach me, I really wanted to be sure of what to say. So what did I do? I told myself, I can remember one of my crushes from secondary school when he approached me, when he finally approached me. Yeah, finally. Like when we had finished secondary, he finally approached, and I was like, okay, I think I'm not grounded. I think I'm not sure. I think I'm so childish. I think I'm premature. You understand? Only that the problem is people now see themselves too old enough, too matured, which is actually not. Everyone is a baby. A baby. You're never too old. Okay. So I told him, can you at least give me some time to say, at least maybe when I just get 18. Yeah, I remember telling him stuff like that. I was like, okay, I just want to get to 18 first, and then let me see what I'll do. Let me see what I can do. Do what I can do, like what every person does. Let me see what I can do about what every person does. Stuff like that. So I told him that, and he was like, okay, I don't have a problem. And then when he finally, I think probably I got it up to 18 or stuff. I can't remember that, but when I finally, I was like, oh God, I think I might just be disappointing God if I should abandon him for another person. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I just made a guy to understand that love is it love you're talking about? Ah, I told him clearly, say, I love you minus the, how do they call that kind of love? Agape love, very pure, like sincere. You can't, you, it's difficult to hate someone, you know. So that natural love itself, fine. I just love the guy ordinarily like that. But I told him, see, if I decide to commit, that's why Song Solomon said, do not awaken it. Because there's a natural state at which love lies. But then when you go further, you can bring it to another stage. You can bring it to another stage. So that's what Ecclesiastes was saying, do not awaken it. The time isn't ripe here. So that's what I told the guy. I was like, okay, I would be just disappointing God, like kind of abandoning him if I should be saying yes to you, because I would have to be somewhat responsible and productive, energy wise, time wise, and all of that. So I was like, emotional wise, whatever. So I was just like, okay, just let me go, just let me be. And of course, the guy has to continue his life, and that's how I went on counts like that. And